Hi, this is Josh Belk with the Belk on Business podcast. For those of you who are watching this versus just listening, you'll notice recording in a different location today. I'm actually sitting in the sunroom of my home. It's Labor Day and getting the opportunity to spend the day working from home. And we'll be heading out and doing a little traveling this coming week. So today we're going to continue talking a little bit, really been focusing a lot of podcast in recent days and recent weeks on empowerment and people first. So really wanting to think a lot about the people in our business, the people that we work with. We'll talk a little bit about our customers, those that ultimately we're trying to provide a service for, but really been focusing a lot on talking about our employees, our team members, the people in our business. Today we're going to talk a little bit about empowerment. And I think as a business owner, we, in many ways, we are kind of like traffic directors sometimes when we're kind of stepping in the management role. But I think one of the things we really need to do is making sure that we're connecting with our employees in a way that they understand that they are truly empowered. I hear this word empowerment thrown around quite a bit, and basically empowerment is just a thought of making sure that we're giving the people that we're working with the authority and the power, ultimately the permission to be able to act in certain ways within the business, to be able to become more effective in their roles in our businesses. But I think going beyond that, empowering them just to become better individuals overall and giving them the environment in which to do so. So as a business owner, the thought of today is what can we do to connect in a way with our team members, with our employees, to empower them to be able to act in a way in the business to be able to provide, yes, a better service to our customers, but also to become better people. So first of all, talking about connecting for empowerment is actually connecting with the actual work. So as a business owner, making sure that we're giving them the tools that they need to be able to do the work, to be able to give them the information that they need to be able to do the work and to be able to do the work more effectively. So we can never truly empower our employees unless we're giving them the information that they need and also the tools that they need to be able to get the work done. Secondly, connection with themselves. So a connection with their own well-being. And I think in order for us to do this, and I think the biggest takeaway, when I get to the end of this, I'll talk about this just a little bit more, is to really become a good listener as a business owner. And in listening so that we can empower our employees through giving them clear direction. So they know the direction that the business is heading, the direction the team is heading, but also helping provide them direction as far as where are they wanting to go. So listening, finding out what are they struggling with, but also really listening to find out what direction are they wanting to go personally and helping them be able to get there. So a connection to their own well-being. Thirdly, a connection to the team. In my business, and I run a very small accounting firm, but in my business, I look at each of my employees and they interact in a different way. They interact in a different way with me. They interact in a different way with each other. One of my key employees, he likes a lot of conversation. One of the ladies in my business, she would just prefer just to kind of be just, for the most part, left alone. She enjoys the connection as it relates to the work and being given direction. But as far as the small talk in the business, it's not as important to her. But to really kind of have an understanding of that individual, what are they looking for in the business? And then how allowing them maybe even the place in the business to be able to develop friendships. It doesn't mean that they're wasting time with small talk, but allowing them the connection in the business, because ultimately we want to allow for them to have those connections so they can get to the point of having the freedom of input. So they have the comfort level, so when they're in meetings or we're having one-on-one dialogue, that they have the freedom there to be able to connect in a way, to open up, to provide input, to be able to help fix problems that we may be having in the business, to be able to help a customer be able to address whatever sort of issues that they're having, and ultimately being able to push the business forward. So first of all, a connection to the work. Secondly, a connection to their own well-being. Thirdly, a connection with the team. And then lastly, a connection to possibilities. So where they can see themselves are the people that work with us, that work for us, that they understand what their role is, and then also an understanding and a pathway to get from where they're at now to where they want to be in the framework of the business. And maybe even sometimes, I was actually reading an article here recently that maybe even sometimes we're developing our employees essentially for them to quit and leave us. Eventually, some of our people may outgrow our business. They may outgrow us, but that's okay. But we're understanding that we're developing them, that we're training them, we're teaching them, we're coaching them, we're mentoring them to grow within the business. And if that means they grow outside the business, that's perfectly fine. So growing within the business and also providing them a pathway to be able to be the individuals that they should be outside the business as well. So connection to the work, connection to their own well-being, a connection to the team, and then a connection to the possibilities, to their future that they have within the business and even in areas outside the business. And if we're going to be able to effectively be able to connect with our employees to empower them, the biggest key is that we're going to have to be, as business owners, we need to have the ability to actively listen to our employees. I think a good goal that we may have in the next week is to sit down and truly listen to each individual employee in our business. If we're running a smaller business, for at least 1 minute a day, a good starting point. And then getting to the point of asking more questions so asking more questions that we're able to answer, and that then essentially responding to. So we're asking questions to be able to get information out of them, to be able to help them, than just simply asking questions to solve a problem so we can simply respond to them. Okay, so becoming an active listener in our business so we can truly understand our employees, understand our team members, so we can empower them to do the work. So hopefully this brought you a little bit of value, and I would encourage you, if you haven't already, subscribe to the podcast. Would appreciate any sort of support, any sort of ratings you may give on the podcast. I would love any sort of feedback as well. Hope this brought value to you. Once again, this is Josh Belk with the Belk on Business podcast. Have a wonderful day.